You can now get a 30-day trial to experience The Athletic for free. Visit the link in the description below to try it now. In this series, we analyse teams, identify problem areas, and suggest solutions in the form of incoming players. We won't follow gossip, rumours or conjecture, and we're concerned only with the player's on-field performance and their suitability for the role in question. Today's team is Leeds United. Welcome to Sensible Transfers. Leeds are in a tricky situation. Injuries and COVID have exposed the squad's limitations, while there persists the nagging doubt that Bielsa-coached sides reach a saturation point, after which the players are exhausted and the manager's methods no longer resonate or work. Bielsa has stuck with his high-octane football in a 4-1-4-1 shape, but has had to deploy players in unfamiliar positions or draw heavily on the youth system. But there are funds to spend, and while Leeds ordinarily would avoid January signings, transfers now feel like a necessity. Leeds need to drag themselves clear of the relegation battle first and foremost, but the harder-headed members of the leadership group should also be thinking the unthinkable: a transition to life after Bielsa. Injuries and illness aside, Leeds' biggest issue is that good teams with players who can pull apart Leeds' intense pressing and man-marking systems, seem to have figured them out. The absence of Calvin Phillips for parts of the season and injuries to other key players on and off mean that Leeds have been exposed at the back. No other side has surrendered so many shots from turning the ball over in their own defensive third, a problem defensively but also in terms of progressing the ball up the pitch to their attackers. They have the third worst expected goals against in the league and are conceding more shots on target per 90 than any other side. The issues start in front of the back four. They need another screening midfielder to assist, fill in for or even challenge Phillips. Phillips, when fit and on form, is a game changer. He's relentless in the press and can spring transitional attacks with his excellent range of passing. Fulham's Harrison Reed, who has Premier League experience with his current team and with Southampton, is a similar kind of player, albeit less physically imposing. We also like Metz's Habib Maiga. Metz press the fourth most of any team in Liga, and Maiga is a key part of this, while also having a tidy range of passing. He would provide good cover and allow Phillips to play higher or as part of a very solid double pivot. Our pick, though, is Boubacar Kamara, the Marseille midfielder. Kamara can also play as a centre-back, which is something Bielsa likes in his players: versatility. And midfielders recast as defenders who offer a better range of passing from deep. Kamara is out of contract in June and doesn't want to stay at Marseille. His pressing numbers are low, but that's a function of Marseille's very high possession numbers. They are the lowest side for pressing in Liga. But his passing volume and accuracy is excellent, while he also wins the ball well. Versatile, physical, and a good fit for a Bielsa side, Kamara would help Leeds secure that space in front of the back four and offer an option in defence too. Leeds have some issues with creativity too. Although versus other Premier League sides they do measure up reasonably well for creative passing metrics, they need to do more with the ball to mitigate their defensive issues and have a player in the middle of the park who can unlock opposition defences a little better. Sasha Zjelaj, Partizan Belgrade's 26-year-old midfielder, has consistently caught our eye with his excellence in progressive passing. 12.6 progressive passes per 90 at 85% accuracy is superb, even with the caveat that the Serbian Super League is not the highest quality. But Zjelaj, who has experience in Greece's top tier and has also played Champions League, Europa League and has 3 caps for Serbia, should be playing at a higher level and would immediately offer Leeds a more creative central passer. Our pick, though, is Reading's John Swift. Swift is out of contract in the summer, and if Reading are to receive a fee for him, January is the time. Swift, described in The Athletic as a down-to-earth, quiet character, would fit in well at Leeds, with his excellent work ethic and a lack of superstar status. Swift is a technically excellent footballer with a great set-piece delivery, the ability to beat a man despite not being the fastest, and he's really stepped up a level physically this season. At 26 years old, he's hitting his prime and has shown a consistent desire to develop and improve since leaving the Chelsea youth system in 2016. So far this season, he has 8 goals and 9 assists for the Royals, and although he's used as a central midfielder in a 3, he often pops up in wide or advanced central areas to take chances to shoot. Technical, creative, and with a quick footballing brain that means he finds space, Swift could be the answer to Leeds' creative problems. Leeds have a great centre-forward in Patrick Bamford, and a potential superstar coming through in Joe Gelhardt. But cover in this position is otherwise thin. Leeds need a striker who can cover the ground, run the channels, and lead the press from the front, as well as score. Rennes Martin Terrier looks the part and can play as a winger as well. He's an aggressive defender and a good link-up player, as well as offering a goal threat. He only moved to Rennes in the summer of 2020 though, so could be expensive. But our pick looks like the sort of forward Bielsa would design himself if he could. Athletic Club's Oyan Sanset. He's only 18, but at 6'4", he has a strong physical profile. He's surprisingly quick across the ground for a well-built player, and his pressing instinct looks excellent, curving his runs to disrupt passing lanes and hunting the ball down relentlessly. The caveat here is the number of minutes. Sanset has only played around 800 so far this season, and 3 of his 4 goals came in one game against Osasuna, while he also registered 2 assists in 22 minutes against Betis. He's far from the finished article, and it's hard to know how much more exposure to first-team football he'll get this season, but Sanset shows the kind of attributes and profile that would make him an ideal Bielsa forward. He holds up the ball well, makes passes out wide before hurtling into the box, and has surprisingly deft passing in tight quarters. If you like this video, please consider subscribing to the channel. The Athletic is home to some of the world's best sports journalists, including David Ornstein, Daniel Taylor, Ollie Kay, Amy Lawrence and Rafa Honigstein. There are journalists dedicated to each Premier League team, so every fan gets the coverage they deserve, not just the big clubs. And you can try it for free now for 30 days. See the link in the description.